Hello everyone, I'm just now going live. Oh, darn, I'm sorry, hold on, you guys may not be able to see me too well. Let me see what I can do about to change that. Alright, hold on. Hello everyone. I know I'm here by myself, but I did say I was going to go ahead and stream tonight, and guess what? Here I am. Okay, well, once again, this, as you can see up here at the top, is brought to you by your name rather than my name. I keep trying to change the darn thing, but I swear I can't seem to figure it out. Anyway. I know that you guys can sort of hear something in the background. That is my nephew sleeping in the living room with YouTube on. Nothing I can do about it. Not my house. All that good stuff. But I did say I'm going to stream, so tonight I'm in the dining room. So I do wonder if anybody will be joining me tonight. I'm actually hoping that they do. It would just be so much more fun if I have people here. It's alright. It'll be the first time I've actually sat around and talked to myself. I do it all the time. It's fun. I just wanted to check Discord real quick. Alright. I do gotta see how in the world can I actually make an announcement to Discord, maybe even Instagram. Hopefully I could do it through that service called Restream. It supposedly allows me to be on about 30 different services at once if I wanted to. I was thinking about doing that, but as of right now, I don't really have any followers that are on right now. So. Okay, so what kind of a story should I tell tonight? I was going to go ahead and restart the story I started on Thursday night. Of course, the other person I was going to restart that for is, she's unfortunately not here, but that's okay. As you know, it's alright. I will admit I miss her. She's my best friend now. Why wouldn't I miss her? Let's I just want to see something. Whoa. Okay. I like that. So much better. I can actually make my preview screen so much bigger. I love it. Let me go and let that go just so I can see if the mic will catch up to me, because I want to make sure that it's capturing hopefully everything I'm saying and not too much about the video going on out there. So maybe I should scoot my computer back a little bit. Hopefully the light I have right next to it does not interfere with what we're doing. Okay, so excuse me. I think we're going to be ready to do something in the other than hopefully just my yawn counter. All right, we'll see. Okay, This night has not even begun yet. I've only been live for 5 minutes, and already I'm thinking that I should just stop until I'm sure I'll be someone here to watch. That's fine. Sometimes you gotta stream to no one. Alright? So yeah. Let's see about making this even bigger. Come on. Come on. There it is. Looks like that's the absolute largest I can go. But that's fine. Alright. So, like I said in my title, once upon a time and other cliches. I liked it. I thought it was almost clever. So I'll tell you what, how about if we just take a little bit of time just to kind of talk for a bit. Kind of get to know one another. Again, since no one's here right now, apparently I would actually try to get to know myself better. What can I say? I like me, but I don't know me. Sorry, I guess I've been a little dehydrated, I guess. I couldn't really tell until recently, but apparently it's true. Don't mind me, I'm just trying to find out if anybody's saying anything on Discord. Alright. I'm just going to go ahead and put the phone down now. The phone down. Got it. So, what has everybody been up to today? Me, I just got done with work not too long ago. I worked 4 p.m. to 10 p.m. That's always exciting. For those of you that don't know, I'm a cashier at a local grocery store. I really would like... Oh, new follower. What does that say? Is that my good buddy Marcel? That'd be pretty sweet. Right. Marcel followed. That's so cool. Welcome, Marcel. As you know, we've been kind of hanging out from time to time over like the last year. It's been a wild ride. Look at that. I already got number one. Let me do the honors, as it were, since there's no one else here. 24 times? How in the world can I actually restart that counter? It's not good. I'm not sure how to reset that. I'll figure it out someday. In the meantime, apparently I've been on 24 times within like the 9 minutes I've been on. Alright, let's see. What can I do tonight, huh? I don't know. I still have not figured out how to do the music yet, and honestly, I think I'm actually going to wait until I get my own place just to try. Only because I don't live by myself. I would really not mind that. I'm not going to do the yawn counter right now because I can tell how many times I've done it. Damn it. Excuse my language. But that's twice in 1 minute. Anyway. Okay. I still feel like I'm way too close to this damn thing. Sorry about my language. I realize that, and I'm trying to keep it PG-13 at least. There. I think that should be okay. At least you should be all right. That sort of thing. Anyways, if you are curious as to what is behind me, it's actually my dad's old entertainment center, and it still has a whole lot of his movies on there. Excuse me. So, I don't know, I keep saying that, don't I? So what? Buttons, zippers, and snaps. How's that? If you want to hear something kind of morbid, my dad used to say something along the lines of, whenever somebody would say, so what? He would say, zippers, snaps, and body bags. I'm like, okay, don't know why, but alright, whatever. I'm sorry, I'm really tired. I'm sorry, I keep going off center. I'm so sorry. Forgive me, my friends, but I keep going off center with my camera. I'm still not used to this whole thing. Something tells me that, or at least I fell asleep. Oh well. Well, no, I really hope she gets lots of good sleep. I'm sorry about that. I just trying to be only slightly disappointed. Okay, I'll tell you what. Just to kind of cheer myself up a little bit. First of all, let me get this up a little bit. Evil lighting. All right. Now, let me see if I can get the evil lighting going. That would be fun. There we go. That's much more evil lighting. Okay, that's enough of that. So, just try to angle it a bit away just so I'm not shining it directly in my face or directly in the camera or anything. I make sure people can actually see me. Hi, I can see me. I guess that's all that really matters. So, let me see. Perhaps I should start another story tonight just so I can kind of fill in the time, Mostly just because I can't think of any dang thing else to do. I've only been on for like 13 minutes, almost 14, and I don't want to end it just yet because this is going to be a lot of fun. Every time I've actually been on so far, it has been a great time. It's just, three so far. I only have 3 fingers up there. Here, see? Alright, anyway. Well, let's see. Can't think of anything just off the top of my head just yet. That's actually why I try to have at least a baseline story to go from. It may even be something just that I or someone else I know actually makes up. But it's the details of the story I come up with on the fly. Isn't that great? I think it's awesome. So yeah, so what am I going to do tonight? I'm live for almost 15 minutes. I have not told a story yet. Except, of course, for the story about something morbid my father used to say. What's that? Well, you think I should start out by eating something? Kind of want to. I also don't. Just saying. Anyways. Hey, I've actually been up for 15.5 minutes, so let's see if I can actually get into a story here. That is, after all, what I'm supposed to be doing. Right? I think so. Yeah, we'll go with that. Let's see. What can I come up with on the fly? On the fly. That almost gives me an idea. Story about a fly. Why not? Right? No, I'm not going to go with that old cliche. Swallowed a fly. I don't know why. All right, now, let me see here. A fly, huh? I suppose we could always make the fly the focus of the story, right? Nah. Kind of sounds like one, but not entirely. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we have already reached five yawns within a 10-minute period. Don't you love it? Excuse me. I apologize for digging in my ear, but it's got to be done because my ear was either itching or tickling or something. It's just driving me crazy a little bit. I know what you're thinking. I really do. What? You crazy? Oh, boy, I'm sorry, because here we celebrate odd behavior. I'm not going to jump the gun here and just start talking about all this other kinds of stuff. So guess what? Okay. I really am hungry, though. Maybe I should do Be Right Back scream. And I'll even mute the mic. Hey, I got a viewer. Welcome in. My name is Avenger Steve. It's definitely not your name. Right? However, right? Welcome to Avenger Steve's story time. I'm trying to think of a story I really want to tell for tonight. I'm not entirely sure what I want it to be just yet. I have a couple of ideas, but I really needed to kind of wait for someone to show up. I promised her I would actually wait, and tell the story all over again. So I will, but that's all right. For now, I'm going to try to think of another story, and we'll see what I can come up with. Right? Let's see. I had an idea a little bit ago. I was going to do maybe a story about like a fly for some reason. Let's see here. A good story idea. Tell you what. Do you have any ideas? I'll check Discord here for a message. I get into it, but unlock it. Oh, okay. Okay. I'll just tell her no problem, because that's the kind of person I am. No problem. Sorry. Good night. Have a good night. Love you. Just do this. Done. There we go. Aw, I lost my viewer with no ideas. Oh well. That's okay. It happens. In the meantime, what am I going to do? I should went on for 20 minutes. I had a viewer, and unfortunately I lost them. I asked them for an idea, and they just didn't stick around. That's okay. These things happen. Well, let's see. One viewer I had has left. Like I said, that's fine. The only mod I have can't make it tonight. It's okay, though. She said that she'll be there tomorrow, so I still said I love her very much. Well, at least I just said I love her. Anyway. she's my best friend. She's the best friend I've ever had. She means a great deal to me. So, to become far more interesting, I need to start telling a story, right? So guess what I'm going to do? Excuse me. I'm going to try to come up with a story just based on what I see around me. Okay? We're going to try that. We're going to try a little experiment tonight. We're going to see if I can come up with a story based on just what's around me. See what I can find. I'm going to start a story of Cardboard Warrior. Let's see. What else? What else have I got around me? There's a fan. Another fan. Flowers. Paper towels. That's always an absorbing story, isn't it? I couldn't help it. I'm sorry. Oh, well, let's see. What are we actually going to have somebody doing? I'll tell you what. I think I've got an idea. Okay, I'm going to tell sort of like a side story to a story I had already started before. For any of you who actually have been here before for any of my streams, I've actually started to tell a story about a young dragon, only 500 years old, oddly enough. Although I should probably make him a little older, simply because like 500 years to a dragon is like. I think you'd be lucky if he was a teenager. Mm-hmm. So it's like sending like a little, maybe like a 10-year-old, maybe, out into the world. Yeah, that's not a good idea. I'm gonna have to make him older than 500, aren't I? I'll tell you what. How about if we take him all the way up to 1,200 years old? Okay, I kind of like it. So yeah, the hero of our story, his name is Randar. For those of you that don't know, I'm just going to tell you this. What you call exposition. I'm gonna do a little expositioning here. As you can see, I'm trying to position myself very nicely. Get it? Exposition. Anyways, here, let's see. I'm gonna tell you about a time when he was just 500, right? And this was, of course, before he found out his great destiny, to go out and understand and know all the peoples of the world. This was when he was just a hatchling, just about 500 years old. Well, this is actually about a fountain in one of like the main squares, not the main square of the city, but this was about a fountain. Okay. One day, Grandar and his friends, okay, were out playing. They were flying, having a bit of a race. Well, Grandar was in the lead, dodging between streets this way and that way. Oh. Excuse me. 6, by the way. 6 times I've gone tonight. Anyways, what happened is, I swear I would love it if I could stream earlier in the night. I'm sorry, I just would love it. 7 or 8 o'clock at night would be great. Okay, here we go. Now, I'm sorry, I should set this up a little bit more, but that's just because I'm pretty darn sure that anybody who is here has not necessarily been here before. So, the city, okay, it is called Rakona. Okay? Is what the humans called it so long ago. You're not going to find any actual documents on it or anything, but that's because this was around well before written history. Well, the reason why you won't really find anything on it is not something I am very comfortable talking about just yet. Okay. Mostly because I think that it would actually stir up feelings of bad feelings towards everyone. I really don't want my streams to be about that. So, okay, getting back to the story, okay, we have young Rendar and his friends racing through the streets of Rakona, okay, just trying to see who's better at flying, I guess. You know how kids are. Kids want to compete over just about everything. Well, that's fine. Kids will be kids. It's dodging left, right, turning. Dang it, 7. Now, that is, well, all of a sudden, and I turned on one street, I didn't realize that it was a main thoroughfare. It was a main thoroughfare. Right? Well, it just came barreling out of the alley, banked and headed left down that street. He was just happy because it was so wide, He was flying through, flapping his wings whenever he knew he needed to. All of a sudden, one of his friends, called out from behind him, "I'm going to catch you, Rendar. I'm just about there, dude." I know. It's just for the front of the story. I'm sorry. I'm tired. Anyways. Gosh darn it, it's 8. Anyway. "I'm going to catch you, Rendar." Well, Rendar looked behind him. Just to see who it was who was just about to catch up to him. Looked behind him, okay, and he saw that it was his good friend. Oh crap, I can't think of the name. So far, I'm pretty bad at this streaming thing, but hopefully I'm not so bad at the storytelling. I love storytelling. I think it's like one of the most fun things to do. Anyways, I thought he was his best friend. Dang it, 9. I was either 9 or 10. Don't know. Anyway. Looks back, he sees that it's happening, and just as he was turning back, he saw too late a fountain right in front of him, right inside of right in the center of an intersection between 2 streets. And Oh, crashed right into it. Well, thankfully, because dragons have such hard scales and hard bodies, he crashed right into it, okay, and he broke the phone. It was a mess. Well, now, I know you guys would love it for some reason if his friends were to suddenly surround him and just start laughing. I'm sorry, that's not the dragon way. No, no, no. All of his other friends caught up to him, surrounded him. That's 10, and helped him up. His friends were saying, "Are you okay? Yeah, what happened? I'm sorry that the fountain broke." Um, There's one adult dragon comes stepping out of his house, and he says, "What's happened here?" And Randar just immediately looks up and he says, "I was not watching where I was flying, and I crashed right into the fountain while we were having a race." The adult looks at him. "Hmm. Did you do it on purpose?" "No, sir, I didn't." "All right. Are you okay?" "Yes, sir. I'm all right. Nothing really hurt but my pride." "All right, then. Go on, kid. Get out of here." "Except for you, Randar." "Well, I'm sorry, sir, but if Randar has to stay, we want to stay too. We want to make sure he doesn't get in trouble." "Really? Well, young Randar, looks like you have some very stalwart friends. All right. The punishment for crashing into the fountain, either you have to fix it. You can do it by any means. Mundane, magic, does not matter. Okay. So, Randar goes ahead and he finds all the pieces. Okay? He finds all the pieces of the fountain. And then he and his friends, okay, put the pieces in place on the ground where they should be. And because they were such fast friends, okay, they all stood in a circle around the fountain and began chanting. Well, it didn't take long before the magic came to them. But then again, they were children. They had to learn the hard way, if you will. They had to learn the hard way of how to do that. It took all of maybe about 10 minutes, I'd say. All of a sudden, the pieces started to shake. Started to shake on the ground. Started to shake. And then it began to rise. Once they got to the level where the fountain was before, it came together. No, they're not fixed just yet, but it's close. Well, the pieces are in place. Now they have to do a different chant. What happens? using their collective minds and reaching out to one another with each other's minds. Right? They wove a spell, well, to a human or any other race. It would be very complicated. Then it was easy. We've been doing it for a long, long time. Dragons had been doing this sort of magic for so long, it was ingrained in their very essence. Excuse me, pardon me. I swear I should also have a burp counter, but let's not get into that. Anyways, we began chanting a different chant this time. This one didn't take nearly as long because, well, the magic had already been building and building. On the first chant, so all the pieces that had come together started to, well, to say, look like they were starting to knit. Interlocking. And then, when every piece was specifically in place, each and every crack began to glow red. And it was glowing red, and then it started pulsing and pulsing, and then it started fading. The lines started fading. The stone was once again being made whole. When the stone fountain was all put back together, water began flowing from that fountain once again. It's 11. 11 times tonight I've actually yawned. Something tells me, that I'm actually going to get to use this darn thing after all. My yawn counter. Okay, let's see. What else can I do? What else can I talk about tonight? I have one viewer for about 10 minutes. Well, 5 minutes, but still. Anyways, as you know, dragons learn lessons differently than humans do. You know? Humans have a tendency to learn their lesson through repeated mistakes. I can definitely say notes that Rendar had always watched where he was flying from then on. Did not really allow himself to get that kind of distracted. You know. So yeah. Alright. I'm gonna get myself some more water. I'll be right back. Excuse me. You guys you will not hear the ice thing, thankfully, but you might hear the water dispenser in the fridge. Hey, look at that. Got MASH. I love that show. I still do after all these years. Anyway. I'm going to try to find something real quick. Looks like I have to overlay. So, yep, I'm about to make some hot dogs, folks. Hey, is there anybody in the room right now other than just me? Nope. That's okay. Bye. Bye. I will be back shortly, folks. I just need to make some hot dogs here. Well, in the meantime, I think I gotta go ahead and throw on my rewrite back screen and mute the mic just so you guys are not worried about me. I'm worried about it. You know what? And never mind. No, if I put that screen on you, it's just not really going to help anybody, I'm sure. So yeah, there's that. Well, because I don't have any music that plays. Just I still have not put that part out. I'm working on it though. The button says me. Arr, arr. All right, now let's see. Sorry about this, folks. I'm going to be a few minutes here. You may hear something, you may not hear something. I'm sorry if it's but I remember, but it is what it is. Let's turn that down first. Just for me. We'll see who's on Discord here in a moment. That's usually all it is, just Discord. There's that coming. I got that anytime. Okay. There we go. I've got myself some nice hot dogs going in the microwave. I will be leaving again shortly. In the meantime, let me see if I can find out who. Oh, never mind. I honestly thought it was down on Discord. I've got to set up some other noises for things. It's a game I have on my phone called Garfield Snack Time. Trademark, by the way. But yeah, I thought it was somebody who was actually trying to see something, or somebody just trying to say something on Discord. It would have been kind of nice. It don't matter. Anyways, what am I doing here? This. Doesn't matter. Now, I'll be back in a minute. Gonna go get my hot dogs and make them up and make sure that they're all nice and ketchupy and such. I'll be back. I still have 0 viewers, which is fine. So I'm going to take a little time to eat some food here. Pardon me. I'm going to need to get some more water here. My water was on the other side of the table. Okay. That's one done. Just got 2 more. I know what you're thinking. Everything you're doing right now has absolutely nothing to do with storytelling. You sure? If it's part of my process. I don't know. Okay. Alright. So let's see. What can I do tonight? Excuse me. You guys want to see some? Oh, you guys want to hear something funny? Somehow I activated Cortana on my computer here. Shut that off. What the hell that was all about? But let me see if I can get out of this somehow. There it goes. Okay, never mind. Sorry about that. I know for those of you who are just joining us, I'm not a very good storyteller so far. Sorry. Trying to be better. Anyway, well, let's see. I told you guys that time that ran into the fountain because he wasn't paying attention where he was flying. Should we start these this small series about like the stories of young Rendar? I'll be right back. I'm gonna do something. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I do apologize for being such a bad host. But let's see what else can I actually come up with tonight? Let's see. I have a slight idea. Okay. All right. Here's Vice. No. I have here a bracelet. Just looks like a plain ordinary bracelet. That's fine. It's good. I have an idea, okay, about making up a story about how this thing was made. Okay? Let's do it. So, I'm going to take you back to the city of Rakona. A magnificent city built and occupied by dragons. Let's see, what else going on here? Oh, it's a little bit of my eyes. Oh, never mind. All right, so I'm going to take you to one of the blacksmiths. Hold on. Actually, I'm going to try to think of a name for him. I can't think of anything. I'm not running out of juice. I know I'm not. My actual problem would be that I'd love to just say I'm tired, but that's not even half. I just can't think right now. I got a lot going on in my life, though, I'll tell you. And again, I know we all do. I know all about that. Anyway. Well, I don't really want to entirely give him a human name. If I give him a human name, then how are you really going to tell that he's a dragon? Hmm? Anyway, well, for now, his name's just going to be Blacksmith, okay? So one day, Blacksmith was sitting around on a stool in his forge, thinking, what am I going to create today? I don't have to create anything, but I want to. Hmm. Look at that, man. We're up to 12. 12 yawns in one night. According to my yawn counter, it's 24 times, but I've only yawned about half that. All right, let's see. Started looking around his forge, see if he could be inspired. At one point, his wife came in, said, "Honey, what are you going to do today? What's on the agenda?" And he says, I don't know. I finished all the tasks I've had. 13. Lucky number. All right. All right, a lucky number. Yeah. Anyway, well, his wife, no, I can't have it be like their anniversary or anything like that coming up. Dragons don't keep such dates. No. They mark their time working moments. Activities, if you will. Oh yeah. It's 14 times tonight. 11 more times, and I actually get to use my dang yawn counter again. Alright, let's see. I'm going to have him. You know what? Flapp's going to come over to him, okay? And he's going to just reach out his claw. Okay? She takes his claw in hers, look at her wrist, and says to himself, I have it. I know what I'm going to do today. She said, oh, what is it, dear? He gets a very sly look on his face, and he says, you'll see. It's going to be a surprise. Like giggles. I love surprises. Okay, I'll leave you to it. She turned around, okay, left the porch, went back in the house. Yeah, well, if you really want to get into what dragons actually do, as far as that, I'll tell you. Everyone works. Although, if one does choose to be what they call a homemaker, no problem. See, dragons had no system of money. That was definitely human creation. Everyone contributed to the community. Excuse me. Dang it, that's 15. Okay. Well, blacksmith got up off of his stool, and looking through his scraps, found a whole bunch of scraps from a few projects that were either scrapped or else they were just, they broke. He took a great big handful of them, of his scraps. He took them over to a smelter, dropped them in. Started smelting the metal. You know what? We're gonna make this bracelet out of silver. I like silver. I kind of prefer silver for the most part. So we'll go ahead and make the bracelet silver. Right. So I started smelting the silver in the crucible. Didn't take long. The forge was already hot. Hot enough for the day's work. Well, it was all liquid. I'm sorry. I apologize. No, okay. Beforehand, he went ahead and he formed together with sand. Formed together a shape. The shape of the bracelet he wanted to make. Sorry. I'm sorry. I'm really trying to keep myself awake here. It's 12:30 a.m. for me. Okay. I don't normally stay up late. But tonight we're going to beat the record from Thursday. We're going to be on for longer than an hour and 16 minutes. It's already been an hour and 7, so we're really close. So, I really got to stop saying that. I'm telling you, maybe we should have a so counter. Counter for how many times I say the word so. Now. That's next. Anyway. He forms the sand kind of into a mold of the bracelet he wants to make. Well, by the time that this is done, the silver is all melted. So he goes ahead and he goes and he grabs onto the crucible. Now, dragons more or less have fireproof hands. So he just grabbed onto it, lifted it up, took it over just to the mold. Now, I know what you're thinking. He's just going to pour it, and it's just going to be a silver bracelet, right? Enough said. And why in the world did you even bother? Well, guess what? Dragons don't just create something and then do nothing else with it. Oh no. Dragons are all about imbuing everything they make. If they don't do it with life, right, they just imbue it with different powers. Elemental, if you will. Well, this one, this one is going to have the power of air. Now, before we get off on a tangent here, before we get off on a tangent here, I'm going to do something about. I'm just going to tell you, okay, that before he poured the silver into the mold, he started concentrating. 16. He started concentrating, on the power of air. Not just the power of it, but its essence. What it is. Not just the strong winds and the hurricanes or the tornadoes or even the dust devils or anything else like that. He thought about everything from the gentlest breeze to the breath we take. And out. Thought about everything. Everything that needs air. Everywhere the air goes, how it behaves when it meets certain objects. Well, while he was concentrating on what it is, a thin, the 17, I know, thin wisp of what could only be described as a small stream of air, that's what you could say, started twirling around, where the silver was going to pour out. Swirling, 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 and then Blacksmith goes ahead and he starts pouring. Halfway between the spout and the mold, where the liquid silver was, air merged with it, mixed with it, if you will. He poured until the mold was all full. Once the mold was full, he went ahead and 18 times, dang it. Went ahead and dismissed the rest of the energy. Now, you may be thinking this that, well, that's the end of it, right? No. No. Did you know that in order to make something for someone, for a specific someone, you have to have a bit of their essence, their energy, if you will. And you have to imbue that with that energy. Well, when his wife had come into the room, she brought him some lunch. It was about midday. Well, no problem, right? So, Blacksmith went over to his lunch, and picked up the cup. That was there. Well, with him being in the state he was in, he could actually see the magic, or essence, all around the cup. He also knew everything she did for him was because she loves him. Okay. Hold on. That's in my off here. We learned a lot tonight. Okay. Well, you see, with that magic mixing with the silver, actually helped it to cool a little quicker because, well, after all, there was air magic around it and inside of it. Well, excuse me. Well, now, if he would have just left it at air magic, just air magic, it would be too powerful. It would actually be far more chaotic and uncontrollable, if you will. Well, the first step was just to imbue the magic in it. Now that that was done, there. Well, now that that was done, he had to refine the spell into something specific. Thank you. Sorry, I'm just very, very tired right now. I'd really love to go to bed, but I can't just yet. Not just yet. It's fine. It's fine. I'll be all right. Just tired. Anyway, dang it. Okay, so when he judged the silver to be cool enough to handle, so it wouldn't bend or break, he reached his claw, broke the mold, sifted through, picked up the bracelet. He picked up the bracelet, seeing air energy all around it, decided he was going to do something with it. See, his wife, while she is a great flyer, she's kind of slow. Not downing her, it's just a fact. She was slow. Slower than he, anyway. She always felt bad, that she couldn't seem to keep up with him. So, thought to himself, you know what? I want to have this bracelet help give her a boost when it comes to the air beneath her wings. So he began shaping it. Well, thankfully, the silver was still soft and somewhat malleable, still warm enough. Well, so he started working with it, and working with it, shaping it this way and that, until he had wove into the very fabric, the very nature of the metal itself. The bracelet had become a spell. This very spell was designed and enchanted to help the person who wears it to fly better. Well, since he wanted it for his wife, and it was still malleable, somewhat malleable, he reached out to the cup and drew the energy from her. Drew it, and held it in his hand like a little, tiny little ball. Beautiful. Magnificent. Looking around at the other dishes as she left, he saw more of her love and her essence. He draws that out of all the dishes and places it in his hand with the other ball. A little ball like that. To make sure that he did not make it into anything solid yet, he took the magic, the energy, and started unraveling it like a little string. And then, when it was long enough, he tossed the end of that string to the bracelet that he was making. And as if, without even being commanded to, the energy started weaving itself into the magic of the bracelet, into the bracelet itself, doing it with her essence, her love, not just for him, but for everything in life. By the time it was done, it was a bracelet made just for her. Now, the main focus of this story here, our friend, the blacksmith, he called his wife to him. He said, "Honey, can you come here, please? I have something for you." "Oh, okay, honey, I'll be right there." She put her spoon down because, well, she was eating at the time. She was eating. She put her spoon down. Oh yeah, dragons used utensils. Just between you and me. Okay? dragons are the ones that taught humans how to use utensils. True story. Okay. So she put down her spoon, okay, went out to the forge, and look on it, man, 19. Holy moly. And said, "What do you have for me, dear?" What is it? He holds it up. Says, "Honey, I know how you have been struggling to keep up when we go out flying. I always tell you, there's not a problem. I do not mind flying slower. It gives us time to enjoy the scenery. But I know you feel bad when we fly and you can't seem to catch up or keep up. I made this bracelet for you. I imbued it with air. You will be more of the wind beneath your wings. You will not only be able to keep up with me, you may be able to surpass me." We'll see. We'll see, huh? So, she took the bracelet, we'll put it on her right, why not? Took the bracelet, slipped it on. Huh, look at that. A perfect fit. Oh, darling, you're the greatest dragon I've ever known, ever will know. I love you. He says, I feel the same about you. I love you. So what do you say? You want to go test it out? Want to go for a flight? Oh, darling, of course. Let's go. I can't wait to try it. Well, since this thing will work, you know, do me a favor, honey. Yes, dear. Don't hold back. I wouldn't dream of it. And he and his wife takes off into the air. Excuse me. Towards the setting sun. Like a short story and a little drawn out, but I wanted to make sure I did it I've streamed for longer than 1:16. That was what I had last Thursday. Guess what? This time I've done it for a minute. I'm so sorry. For only 1 minute and 26 seconds, really, rather than an hour. Oh, hi, Lisa. Thank you so much for hosting me. I'm so happy you did that. Thank you. I don't know if you heard any of the story I was just telling. Hi, beautiful. But I was just telling a story about a dragon blacksmith, okay, who made a bracelet for his wife, okay, so she could keep up with him when they went flying at night, or in the. Well, thank you for doing that. And yes, it's awesome because my alert worked. That was so cool. Okay. So yeah, like I said, I don't know if you heard that story, but I'd be glad to tell it again. I'm so glad you're here. Hi, Mom. I'm glad you're here too. All right. So, like I said, I made up a story about a dragon blacksmith, okay, who made a magical bracelet for his wife, okay, because well, when they went out for a flight, right, if they ever went out flying somewhere, she couldn't seem to fly as fast as he could, and so he would always hang back. She always felt so terrible, you know. She loved him, and she wanted him to go as fast as he dared. Well, one day, he was sitting in his forge, and trying to think, what do I want to do today? You know, I don't have any orders right now, so I guess I can just do whatever I want. So what do I want to do? I was sitting there contemplating it, and his wife walks in. By the way, I'm sorry, these characters do not seem to have a name just yet. Maybe sometime sooner or later I can name them. In the meantime, okay, he will be called Blacksmith, okay, and she is just called his wife. I'm sorry, I really want to do better. Maybe on a night I'm not as tired. Okay, so she walks in, okay, with his lunch. By the way, I've already yawned 19 times. I know that the counter says 24, but that's because, you know, I put up yawn once, and I don't really know how to reset the timer. Not the timer, but the counter. Thank you. So, you know, I'm not going to put it up again until I yawn for the 25th time. Okay. Okay, so his wife walks in with his lunch, okay, and she sets it down, and comes over to him and says, "So what's the plan for the day?" Looks up at her and says, "I don't know. I'm not inspired right now." No. She comes. That's okay. We'll figure it out sooner or later. We will. Right. And so she comes over, right, holds out her claws to him. He takes her hands, right, you know, looks deep in her eyes, smiles, and then looks back down. Excuse me. Uh-oh. Eyelash in my eye. I hate that. Okay. He looks back down for just a moment, right, at her wrists. All of a sudden, I know what I'm going to do today. Darling, you have inspired me. Okay? But you know what? I need you to leave. Okay? This is going to be a surprise. So I smiles and says, "Ooh, I love surprises. Okay, I'll go back in the house and I'll leave you to your work." So she goes, kind of skipping, if you can imagine a dragon skipping. Yay, surprises. Okay. Oh, can you hear me okay? I'm trying to talk a little louder than I normally do. Good. Okay, I'm very glad to hear that. Just in case you can't tell, I'm actually streaming from a different place. It's not in my dad's chair. Tonight is actually out in the dining room. Dallas, my nephew, is sleeping in the living room, and he has the TV on. So I thought I would just, come in the next room and just straight from here. Excuse me. Now, I've already gotten something to eat tonight. Yeah, I did it on stream. I seem to kind of like doing that. It's kind of fun. Anyways, and so what was I thinking a moment ago? Ooh, new room. Yep. New room. Okay. So now he was trying to think. Our blacksmith was trying to think, what can I make this out of? Well, I myself, I'm partial to silver. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and say that he was going to make it out of silver. He goes over to his pile of scraps, right? Takes a whole handful. Well, granted, being a dragon, he's real big, but still, it takes a handful of the silver, goes over to his crucible, drops it all in. Right? Well, while that's melting, while that's smelting, he goes over to his table filled with sand, okay, and he begins to make a mold. Okay? Well, for now, it's just going to be kind of a basic, shape. Not as complicated as this, but at the same time, you see that basic shape there. That's what he made it. Right? Yeah. No. It's more like this. Wow, yes. Oh my goodness, this is my stuff. I forgot about that. This was a necklace at one point, and I don't think it's copper necessarily. I think it's brass. The one I was holding up. Yeah, I thought you might like that. That's actually another reason I was going to tell the story. But anyways, yeah, well, we've got like a whole bunch of basically like just pieces of jewelry. Not actual jewelry, but pieces. So and we've got like just this whole tin that's like dedicated to just if you want to make something new out of it, right? I love the thought of that. But anyways, I might actually have to rebuild my very own necklace. Just for something to do, that kind of thing. Anyway. Okay. So where was I? Yes, he had just made the basic shape for a mold out of his sand. He compressed it himself with his own two hands, or claws. Anyways, by the time he was finished, the crucible was filled with molten silver. So he goes back over to his crucible. Well, because dragons' skin, if not scales, are actually pretty much fireproof, he just reached out, grabbed onto the crucible, picked it up, carried it over to the mold. Now, before he began pouring, however, the dragons don't ever do anything, I could almost say halfway. They love to make everything they make with magic. Well, I know so far he's done everything the mundane way. I'm just now getting to the magic. Well, because he knew, that his wife doesn't really fly very fast, right? Or at least not as fast as he. He started thinking about air, about what air is. It is a force that moves, yeah. Light. Oh, me too. It's absolutely great. Oh yeah. Well, let me see. Well, yeah, I would love to show you the just the inside of the box here. Let me see if I can without spilling anything. Hopefully without spilling anything. I'm not very good at this. All kinds of good stuff in here. All kinds. I know, it's kind of hard to see. Sorry. Still working on working with lighting. Anyway. Now, shiny things, yeah. Shiny things. I love how you put that. Okay. Back to the bracelet. Okay. All right. Now, while he was thinking of the air, right, he was also trying to invite air in, you know? Well, while he was thinking about it, he had to think about everything from a gentle breeze to a massive hurricane. Everything right down to the very breath we take, in and out. While he was thinking, a thin ribbon, if you will, of air just kind of came in and started swirling between the point where the spout on the crucible is and the mold below. Well, as it was sitting there swirling, he went ahead and started pouring it out. And before even the drop got past it, okay, the thin ribbon of air started intertwining with the silver, mixing with it, if you will. And well, it eventually got down to the mold. Excuse me, I'm sorry. It eventually got down to the mold, okay, and began to fill it. Oh, thank you. Well, when the mold was filled, of course, I'm sorry. I'm getting a little loopy here. I'm really sorry about that. Let me just say, okay, that when he was done pouring, right, there's still a little bit of that air energy left. Right? He just kind of wafted his hand over it and dismissed it. Well, he didn't have to leave it there long. Not because silver really cools quickly, but because of the magic. It was actually cooling a little quicker than it would normally do. Well, after it had gotten to a certain point where it was still malleable, but it wasn't too liquid, it was in the rough shape he wanted. Reached down, broke the mold, moved the sand out of the way, dug out the silver. Now, if he would have just left it like that, it would have just been wild air magic. If she would have tried to use that at that point, anything could have happened. I mean, she could have ended up having like a major gust of air under one wing and just flipped over and over and over. Ended up crashing into something. Well, our blacksmith is a master craftsman. So, what he did, okay, is began to think about exactly what he wanted the air energy to do for her. You see, in order to make a magical object for a specific person, you have to take a tiny amount of their particular essence, their, I won't say soul because that's just creepy, but I will definitely say, you have to take some of their magic. Everything we touch, we leave behind a tiny amount of our essence, our magic, if you will. Well, because he did not want to invite her back in just yet, because it's not done, he thought and thought. Like, wait, she brought me my lunch. Oh, it is, to a point. Well, who do you think taught the humans how to do it? Oh, I'm just kidding. I'm sorry. Yeah, it was actually the elves that taught the humans. But anyway. So he remembered that she brought his lunch to him. So, using, just that part of his eyes, okay, so I can actually see the essence. Of course we did. Shame on you. You should never have taught humans magic. Anyway. No, that's right. Well, not everything. Just, everything that humans actually kept around. Let's not get into that. I swear, I'm really trying to let go of all that anger. I really am. Anyways, so, like I said, using that part of his eyes that can see, magic or the essence, looked around, grabbed the cup she brought for his water, picked it up with his hand, drew the energy away from it that was hers, and it just sat there like a little ball in his palm. He thinks, this is a good start, but it's not enough. So he draws the energy from the remaining dishes that were there. There was a plate, bowl, the cup, even the tray that she brought it in on. By the way, did you know which scene? Oh, yeah, okay. All right, that's cool. I'm glad you brought that up. That was really cool. Oh, I was going to say, did you know that dragons actually were the first to use utensils? True story. Dragons were the first. Yes. True story. That's 20. 20 yawns already. Well, no, at least not the utensils that we kind of know today. Right? No, they were using, what was it? Almost looked like little arrows, with like the wide head at the point. Thank you. Yeah, that was a different culture, I think. I don't even remember now. All right, back to the story at hand. Okay, he drew all the energy from everything she brought to him that day. even though there were other things around, it's always best to take the energy from the most recent of objects. Right? So he takes all the energy, okay, into his hand, all about, maybe about that big, at least that big around, perfectly spherical. He took it and found a tiny little string-like bit of energy, started pulling on it. He started unraveling it. Well, once it was long enough, he took it and he flung it right to the bracelet he was making. Well, while he began working on it and shaping it to the shape he wanted, the string was continuously unraveling. He was, of course, making sometimes long shapes, sometimes a tiny little ball, different shapes, until it was done. It was a bracelet, which by the time he was done, that ball of energy was completely intertwined with both the air magic and the silver. Well, the shapes he made in the silver was the spell that actually allowed her to use the bracelet for only one specific thing. It was kind of a simple thing, but he knew it would mean the world to her. He was finished, and so he called out, said, "Darling, can you come back here? I have a surprise for you." But she comes bounding in, and says, "Oh boy, what is it, dear? What is it? Please let me see." He unveils it and shows it to her. She goes, "Oh, darling, it's beautiful." She takes it and tries it on. It's a perfect fit. Oh, I love it. What's it for? Says, "Honey, I know that when we go for a flight, you don't fly as fast as I do. I always hang back with you, and I always show you how much I love you. But I also know how you feel about that. I can always see the frown behind the smile. So I will this so that you don't have to hang back anymore." She smiled from the inside out. If you could see energy, see that hers had become just a bit brighter. That's what happens, when we're happy, our energy, I know you'll get this, Lisa, the reference to the movie Stardust. When a star is truly happy, they shine. It is true for any creature of the light. So then he says, well, want to go for a flight and test it out? So the salmon says, yes, yes, please, let's go. Well, they go with each other, claw in claw, okay? Walk out of the forge, take off and go into the air, flying towards the sunset. So what did you think of my short story? Thank you. So, now that you're here, okay, and I've told you the story, would you like to hear? Would you like to hear the story about the deer? I love it when you call me that. Beer? No, thank you. No. The deer, the stag. You want me to tell that story? I was willing to start over with it. Hmm? Oh, deer. Yes, dear. Would you like to hear what I have so far? Awesome. Okay. Okay. Oh, by the way, I hope the lighting is a whole lot better because I have like this neat little desk lamp right next to me, and I did not want to turn on the overhead light because that would just be like a real bright light in the middle of the night. So, oh, excuse me. Okay, good. I'm glad. If I have to, I will continue to try to work on the lighting and see if I can get something better. It's either that or else I just need to figure out exactly how to. Ah, that's too bright. Holy moly, I'm a ghost. Oh, there I am. Whew. I was getting a little frightened there. Okay. Right? Yes, definitely. My goodness, it was hot. I'm actually kind of afraid to take the light away now. I might actually have a sunburn. Yeah, definitely. No, I'm not going to blind myself. Hey, it's 22. Okay, so sorry, my head's kind of itchy this evening. Sorry about it being so dry. Oh, sure, why not? 26 times, I don't care right now. Okay, now, the deer in question does not have a name yet. Okay? He's just simply known as the stag. Okay? So far, the only two names I've come up with are the ones for his daughter and one for another character. I'll tell you about him later. Okay? This is going to be really cool. Okay. Now, this particular stag, okay, was Not like the king of the forest or anything, but rather just the leader of his herd. Okay? The alpha is what you could call it. At least that's what wolves call it, or humans call it something. Well, he was out wandering the woods one day, just kind of, trying to keep an eye on things. He followed a particular, what the humans call game trail. He followed that until he came to a clearing. Sorry, I apologize. I got to backtrack just a tiny bit. I'm sorry. He didn't come to the clearing yet. He was walking along the trail. Suddenly, he heard a noise. What was that? Waited for a moment. Didn't really hear anything else. Okay, must have been nothing. Probably just a branch falling from a tree. So he continues along the trail. Suddenly, he hears the noise again. Standing stock still, looks around, ears perked up, for the slightest hint of any danger. Again, couldn't. It's a Yeti. It's a Yeti. Not Yeti. uh, oh, I'm sorry. I really am tired because I did not really set up the story correctly. Okay? I'm only going to backtrack to the very, very beginning, and then I'll promise to jump right back to where I was. Okay. This story is set in a forest I call Eka. E-C-K-A. Eka. It's a forest, that seems to have almost no end. Yes, exactly right. That's the right spelling. You could actually wander for weeks and never seem to find its end. And so, told you about where the story takes place. I know. I knew you'd love that too. Anyways, jumping back to where I was. Oh, like a game, Oh, Minecraft, right? Yeah, it seems to just go on forever. But you see, in Minecraft, you have different biomes like like your desert, your ocean, all that stuff. In Eka, you have nothing but the forest. Everything is square. Sure, why not? It's a great idea, honey. Thank you. Um, where was I? Okay. Second time he had heard the noise. Okay. Well, he waited for a few moments. Again, didn't hear anything else. Looked around, didn't see anything going on. Thinking, I wonder if it's that squirrel I know. Always trying to bother me when I'm out just trying to check things out. So continues on, until he comes across, I guess you could call it kind of like a thick bush, right? But it seemed to have almost a split down the middle. So, not knowing that there was any danger, he steps right through, right? Until he's on the very edge of this clearing. And all of a sudden, what he sees there has him standing completely still, as if frozen. Ahead of him, in the clearing, he sees a spellcaster. I'm not sure exactly what type just yet, but for now, he's a spellcaster. He's an evil spellcaster. Well, I can definitely say he's evil, because at the very least, he's cruel. A square one, right. Well, what he's doing is he's taking his staff, pointing it at different objects, and turning it to stone. You know? Plants, animals, birds. Anything he can see that he wants to turn to stone, he just does it. But with each and every animal, plant, bird, it turns to stone. He seems to get almost more manic, just more gleeful, I know that. Well, he turns around, because he heard the deer come through the bush, and he stops. You're a sacred deer, aren't you? Oh, what a prize you'll make from my garden. He takes his staff, points it right at the deer. Now, I'm going to describe his staff for you a little bit. It is at least as tall as he, and twisted in odd places. To give it a real gnarled look. At the top of it holds, in a claw-like fashion, a giant ruby. Now, he lowers the end with the ruby at the deer. A beam of bright red energy shoots directly out of it and hits the deer square in the chest. It doesn't turn to stone right away. It starts in his hooves. It starts creeping up his legs. Until finally, his whole body, including his antlers, his magnificent antlers, are all turned completely to stone. Wow. The spellcaster was overcome with joy at what he'd done. And well, since I can't really start jumping around and yelling about how proud I am of myself, I'm just going to have to do it a bit more subdued and just say things like, "Yes, I've done it! I've taken something sacred and I made it mine!" He wanted to walk over and look at his new statue. Right? He was going to take it home. Just when he was about halfway there, he stops, thinks. This deer, and all deer, are sacred to the Lord and Lady of the forest. What I've done is not enough. I need to do more. Just the thing. I'll take his heart. So again, he lowers the rubied end of his staff towards the deer and shoots out this time a blue beam. Again, hitting the deer square in the chest, reaching through the stone to where his heart is. Pulls and pulls and pulls until it finally breaks free, leaving in its wake a heart-shaped hole. We see, because the deer is sacred, its heart did not turn to ordinary stone. No. Changed to a gemstone. Well, in order to further cause more injury, more insult to this injury that he's caused, gets another wicked idea. I don't want someone putting this back inside. This is my prize. I'm keeping it. I'll shatter it. Scatter the pieces so no one will ever be able to find them. At once, he changes the color of the beam from blue to yellow. Right? And then the heart starts turning and turning and turning until all of a sudden, surrounded by this yellow energy, it starts to crack. And then it finally shatters. Boom! Into 3 separate pieces. You scatter them about the forest, days, weeks, sometimes months, away from one another. Feeling absolutely satisfied with what he's done, the spellcaster changes the beam once again to blue. This time surrounds the entire deer, picks it up with the magic, and takes it back to his house to stand in his garden as his greatest prize. All the while laughing, mocking, if you will, teasing the Lord and Lady of the Forest. Well, the Lord and Lady cannot interfere in most affairs. They govern the life and the death. When things are changed unnaturally, they cannot necessarily interfere. We see, as the spellcaster is walking away, you can kind of see them a short distance away, crying. Ah! Us is moving around by itself. Lisa, I told you about them ghosts. Well, now, is it the actual mouse or is it just the pointer? Oh, I hope not. Try shutting it off. See if that helps. Okay. Go for it. I'll wait for you. Here. In the meantime, I actually have to take a very short break, and I'm gonna grab some water. I'll be right back. Oh, goodness. Oh, wow. Okay. As you can see, I'm back. We're gonna wait for Lisa. In the meantime, what I wanted to do is so just tell you that I don't think I'm actually going to be able to go to the Fine Arts Festival tomorrow. You know what I mean? It's very, very sad for me. You know, this was actually going to be like a little bit of a birthday treat for me. You know, for those of you that don't know, my birthday is on Monday. I'm going to be 42 years old. Isn't that great? Yeah. I'm just gonna. I'm gonna. I've been trying to take it like age is something you earn. You know? Given everything we can actually do to ourselves, or anything anyone else can do, you know, that could cut our life tragically short. You know? Every year that we seem to get is one more we've earned, one more we've survived. So yeah, I've definitely come to think of it like age is something you earn. Well, thank you. I've actually been working on that for quite a while. That particular philosophy. I especially had to come to grips with the fact that, you know, this life will not last forever, but I want to live as long as I can. You know? So where we left off was the Lord and Lady of the Wood, of the forest, was standing close by, but couldn't do anything. So they were crying as their sacred deer was taken away to be some statue in a garden. Before we fade out, and then fade back into a new part of the story, I tell you, the Lord looked at the lady and said, "This will be righted. This spellcaster will be made to pay. And when he is, no longer be welcome in our forest. We will endow every plant, every tree, every animal with the ability to keep him and everyone like him out. Lady, stop. Stop crying for a moment. One tear racing down her cheek. She looks up at him and says, "Thank you. But how? How will we stop him? We cannot interfere." He looks at her and says, "I already have everything in motion. I knew this would happen. It will take time, but it will be done. Fear not, my love." And then she curls herself into his arms, and then we fade out. Before we fade back in, you see 1 year later. And no, I'm not going to do that French voice like they do on SpongeBob. Sorry. Hey, Misty. Anyways, after we fade in, okay, we see a young doe, about 1 year, I'd say about 1 year old. She's quietly eating some grass or some thistles or something. I'm not sure exactly what deer actually eat. Uh-oh. Computer has a virus. That's never fun. Ever. I'm sorry you got a virus. Hope you can take care of it. I'm sorry, hope you can get rid of it. In the meantime, did you want to stick around on your tablet and keep listening? I swear, I seem to have a real problem with actually being right in the center of the shot. Ooh. Oh, okay. Is it just, I take it that it's just a matter of downloading it again? Yay! Okay. So this dough, okay, was just, she was eating. We'll just say she was eating. Okay? And of course we pan across the clearing where she is, okay? And there are a small group of bucks. Oh good, I'm glad. I'm glad that it's behaving for now. Now, at this time, it's rutting season. And well, we all know what that means. Unfortunately, when it comes to rutting season, bucks cannot be bothered with anything other than butting heads so that they can see who's going to get the girl, that kind of thing. Well, it is for that reason that this story is not about the stag's son, but his daughter. What a twist! Anyways, so well, we get back to the doe. Okay. She's done eating. Goes over to the thicket where her mother's lying down. I don't know exactly how baby deer, how fawns eat. Anyways, there was a reason she was lying down. I think what it was. Oh yeah, she had just given birth not too long ago to new fawns. And yes, I know exactly what you're thinking. You know, how in the world can she actually have new babies? You know, when her husband's off somewhere being a stone statue. Things are not quite the same in the animal kingdom as they are in our kingdoms. Well, there is more than one stag in a herd. Hmm. Anyways, is this the one with like the most points, if you will? If you'll forgive the right, more like Dearest. But forgive my terminology, but you know, the one with the biggest rack, that is that's the leader. Anyways, I thought you might get a kick out of that. All right. Anyways, okay, you know, the girl goes over to her mother, okay, and she gets a very curious look on her face and says, "Mother, where's Father? I have not seen Father in a long, long time." Mother looks over. Now, this doe, her name is Darlene. Yes, that is what it's called. Great, huh? It's the only animal, right, you can actually say nice rack to, and it'd be a compliment. Oh, oh man. Okay. By the way, I love that emote. I don't know whose that is, but that is great. I love it. So, anyways, yeah. She says, I have not seen him in a long, long time. Where is he? Mother looks at her and says, Darlene, I have no idea. He was out on patrol one day, and he just never came back. I've asked around. No one seems to know what happened to him. Darlene thinks about this, and she says to her mother, I'm going to go find him. I want to know what happened to him. I've got to go find him. Oh, cool. I love pianists. I love pianos. I think they're great. Her mother looks over at her and says, all right, darling. All right, Darlene. Be careful. Oh, cool. Send me a link or something. I'll check it out the next chance I get. Excuse me. Anyways, I'm sorry. I know. I yawned again. I think I'm up to 23 or something. Right, I forgot we're going to skip ahead to 27. That works. Anyways, dang it, where am I? Yes, her mother said, just be careful. Right? The forest is full of dangers. Darlene says, I have the feeling I'll be okay. But I have to know what happened to him. Almost by instinct, she starts out. Starts searching all of the known game trails. Right. Okay, that works. I like that. That's a good thought. All right. So she starts searching all of the known game trails, not finding a single clue. She finds lots of paw prints, hoof prints, nothing that looked like her father. So she was just about to pass by this one tree. Actually, it was more like a twin set of trees. And all of a sudden, she got almost a chill down her spine. And she says, she stops, looks between the trees, and sees what could almost be an obscure trail leading back into the forest. She was curious. So, turning, she started following the trail between the trees. She gets a little ways, and swears she's caught the scent of her father. She calls out, "Father, are you here? Are you hiding?" She doesn't see him. She swears she can smell him, but she just doesn't see him. So, following what could only be an instinct, she moves forward. So she comes to a clearing. I know a lot of the story happens in clearings. Well, there's an actual reason for the clearing this time. 29 times. My goodness, I'm one tired person, huh? Anyway, so in this small clearing, I'd say maybe like not even about 10 foot across, in the middle of it is a short stump. Now, the tree, had fallen. It wasn't cut, it had fallen down during a bad windstorm. During a nearly unforgivable winter. Very hard that year. Well, before stepping into the clearing, she looked around, made sure it was safe, sniffed the air. Couldn't smell any danger. Couldn't see any danger. It must be okay. So she walks out, clearing, the scent of her father getting stronger. She walks and approaches the stump. All of a sudden, she stops, looks directly at the stump, to a really odd-looking spot or on the top of it. What is that? She says to herself. She walks forward, right, looks down into the stump, and there's a very strange stone just sitting there, right in the top. She puts her nose closer to it to get a good whiff. Stone smells like her father, exactly like him. Huh? That's strange. How could that smell like my father? She says to herself. And before another minute passes, a small light comes out from the side of the clearing, comes, circles the stump a few times, spirals down, and sets right on top. It's a fairy. A forest fairy. Well, having lived in the Eka forest her whole life, she'd seen forest fairies around all the time. Well, so she wasn't afraid. This fairy landed, looked directly at her and said, "Darlene, I've been waiting for you." And looks at her and says, "Who are you? Why have you been waiting for me?" Fairy looks up and says, "You may call me Shar." And for those who are keeping track, it's S-H-A-R. "I've been waiting for you, Darlene, because a year ago, the Lord of the Forest told me that it would be you coming in search of this stone and two others a lot like it." Darlene says, "Why? What is this stone?" Shar looks at her and says, "It's a piece of your father's heart." Taken aback. What? How could that be part of his heart? Is he dead? Is he dead? I mean, what happened? How is his heart into a stone? Char looks out over and says, calm down, and I'll tell you. Your father was out on patrol a year ago and came upon an evil spellcaster. He was turning everything he could into stone. Well, your father happened to be standing at the edge of the clearing that this evil person was committing such horrendous acts. I am sorry to say it, everyone was afraid. Even we were. The Lord and Lady could do nothing. They couldn't help. This spellcaster turned your father into stone, took your father's heart out and broke it into 3 pieces, scattering them about the forest. Well, why were you waiting for me? Well, as I said before, the Lord of the Forest came to me and he told me you would come looking for the pieces of his heart. And I am to accompany you on your journey. This forest is filled with dangers, and I can help to protect you. I have quite a bit of influence with most creatures, but not all creatures know me. Well, feeling a bit relieved, so she has a little protection and a bit of companionship on this whole adventure. She says, thank you, Shar, for being with me on this. Now, I wonder, I have nothing to carry this with. How am I to reunite the pieces? I need to bring them together, don't I? She says, yes, very wise. Wait one moment. Okay. Now, you're going to have to trust me on this. And you may want to close your eyes. Well, she's had absolutely no reason to ever doubt any of the forest fairies before. So, she closes her eyes and waits. In the meantime, Shar rises up off the stump, turns about so she's facing the piece of stone, throws her energy around it, lifts it up, and starts floating it to Darlene. Well, you would think, that maybe she would just have the piece float in the air near her. No. A much more interesting idea. You see, one of the key components to turning the heart from stone back to flesh, that it needs the unconditional love of one that is close to the person, or in this case, the stag that had been changed. So instead of floating somewhere nearby, Char sent the piece into the girl's chest. Don't worry, it was magically done, so it just went right through as if, it wasn't, as if there was nothing there. There was no damage to her. Okay? And she made it sit right near the girl's heart. Char says, "You may open your eyes now." Darlene opens her eyes and says, "My chest feels heavy." "Why does it feel heavy?" Char says, "I will not lie to you, child. I took the stone and I placed it right next to your heart. Why? Why did you do that?" Char says, "It's important to do it this way. You will see before the journey is over." She's trusting her, so okay. Well, now what do we do? So where do we go from here? Char thinks about it for a minute. You know what? If we want to get information out of just about anything or anyone, we're gonna have to go see a friend of mine. He's a beaver, but he's very smart. And he knows just about everything that goes on in the forest. He may know where the next piece of the heart is, or he may know who might know. With that, Char came and rested on Darlene's back, right between her shoulders, so she didn't fall off or get rocked around too much. And they set off across the clearing and into the forest. My goodness, such a yawner. Excuse me. Well, they wander for what feels like hours upon hours. They go through one game trail after another. Even a few, even a few trails that were big enough for what the humans call hiking trails. Pretty wide and very well worn. Eventually they came to the river. I have not thought of the name of the river yet, but we'll get there eventually. They walk along the river. Yep, 32. Looking for any sign that connotes that a beaver might be there. So they walk along for a while, and it's just about to start getting dark when they finally spot the dam. So the dam that the beavers made. Well, they're just about to call out, when all of a sudden, Beaver pops his head out from between two branches. Says, "Who is it? Who's there? What do you want?" Char gets up off of off of Darlene's back, flies across the river, to within just a foot away from the beaver's face, and says, "It's me, you old beaver. You old fool. It's Shar." "Oh, what do you want?" "Thank you. What do you want?" "I've come seeking information, but it's so late in the day. I was wondering if we might ask you for shelter for the night." "I really don't like guests." "But since it's you, come on in." Says, "Wait, what is it now?" Says, "I have a friend with me. She will need to stay as well." "Where? I don't see any other fairies here." "She's not a fairy. She's a doe. A young doe." "I don't have the room for a doe. Why can't you just sleep outside?" "Beaver, this is a strange area for her." "Who are you?" "Indeed. Well, he's kind of old." And, just between you and me, he's actually been hanging out with that old badger too much. Kind of rubbed off on one another. Anyways. "Oh, all right. The doe can come in too." So Shar turns around. Yes. Yes, indeed, that too. Shar turns around, and motions to Darlene. "Come on. We can stay here for the night." But Darlene looks, and she doesn't seem to see a door or a hole or anything. How am I going to get inside? Sorry, I don't mean to don't mean to make her sound like she's whining, but how am I to get inside? I don't see a door. Shar smiles and says, "Can you hold your breath?" "I think so. I've never tried." "Well, the entrance to the beaver's den is under the water." "I don't know about this. Will you trust me again?" "Okay. I've trusted you this far. I'll trust you." And with that, she gracefully leaps into the water of the river, without understanding how she's doing it, because I don't think that deer can necessarily swim down. She starts swimming down. And as she approaches the beaver's dam, she sees the hole. It's underneath of what looked like a shelf, I guess you could say. She dove down, swam right into the hole. And as soon as she was through, popped out her head. Oh, finally breathe. looking around, she saw that it was actually lit inside the den. There was light coming from somewhere. She'd never seen such a thing before. A light at night? It's not a star, is it? Don't worry about it. It's my light. Let me worry about it. Darlene shakes her head and just wanders off to a corner. He looks at her and says, "Don't lie there. That's mine." You must lie down somewhere. Lie down over there. The other corner. Darlene quietly goes to the other side and begins to lay down. And when she hears another noise, she looks up, looks around. There's another beaver in there. And she's old. Oh, you must be his wife. Yes, I am. You are welcome at our home, young one. So what brings you to our little den? We seek information. My father, a year ago, was turned into stone by an evil spellcaster. His heart was taken and broken into 3 pieces. Indeed she is. She's also the only one that can handle the old man. Sorry, looking at the other kitty. His name's Socks. Well, anyways, I gotta get back to where I was. Yep, got a kitty sighting. Oh, I don't remember. Did we ever make up a command for that? Oh, hold on. Did we? Yes, cuteness alert. I love that. I forgot we did that. I love that one. That one's a great one. Anyways, let's see. I think I'm almost done telling this part of the story for now. I might be able to set up the second camera on my phone. I only say that because I can't necessarily pick him up. He's the kind that if I did, he would start crying. Let me see if I can set up that second camera on my phone here in a minute. So this will take a moment or two. I'm gonna go to the library. My library, anyway. Reinstall Droid Cam. Accept. Now I'm going to see what I can do about adding that second camera on here. is installed now, so let's get out of Google Play Store. Come on. Let's do it. Droid Cam, got it. Into that. Next. So the Droid Cam client, I think I've already got that on my phone. Not my phone, my computer. Oh my goodness, I'm so tired. Huh. Yay! Get rid of that virus with a vengeance. Okay. I'm just going to awesome right meow. Heck yeah, right meow. Alright, I'm just going to minimize this screen for a minute. I know you won't see anything different on yours, but I'm just saying. I'll be back. Oh, hello. Let's see. Get this done. That. Where's my Droid Cam for this part? Oh, there it is. Droid Cam map. Double click. Got it. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Blah, 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 blah. Port. Oh, gotta change this from that and that. Video, not necessarily audio. Start. Yay! Got it! Now to find out how to add it onto what we're doing already. Now, got that part. Oh. Please write your screen name. I know, right? I haven't figured out how to do that yet. I don't know how to edit that part. You know, I managed to rename the source. I named it, you know, my screen name, but it won't change that bit. I don't know why. Anyways, here, let me see. I need to add a new scene, I suppose. Would it be another scene or? Huh. Add a new scene. Excuse me. D. Droid Cam. No. That's a funny idea. It would just be so perfect, but no. No, I really like my screen name. I just gotta change it. Okay, done. I'm off that. Stop it. Stop that. Right there, like that. Okay. See about. Okay. Let me see if I can somehow show you the key. It's right under that walker. Okay, can you guys see it? No, blast it. Alright, let me see what I can do about this. Ah. I don't know how to add an extra camera on here. On the Streamlabs OBS. Better? There's the light. Add capture device. Where is that under? Is it under live actions? What is it under? Plus sign. So I got add a new scene. That's the only plus sign I've seen. In my scenes? Hold on, one moment. I gotta do something real quick before I can do all this. Shrink that. There. So let's see. Return untitled scenes? No. It's not it, I don't think. The plus sign I'm seeing just says add a new scene, and when I added the new scene, I called it droid camera, but it's not looking for that camera. Let's see. What else could I possibly do? Pop out? No. Pause? No. Mute? No. Audio is fine. Would it be under editor then? Let me see if it's under editor. Oh, there's sources. Add a new source to your scene includes widgets. New source. Browse to our standard and widget sources. The source to get more details about it. Click add source when you're ready to add it to your scene. I should probably do media source maybe? Media source? Oh, add videos or sound clips to your scene? No, that's not it. Review. Okay, sorry. Go ahead, hon. I'm just a little tired right now. Oh, it's 2:30 in the morning. You know what? I've actually been on for 3 hours and 6 minutes. How do you like that? The longest consecutive time I've actually streamed. As of right now, every minute we actually pass is a new record for me. Okay. You know, before you came in tonight, I actually had one viewer for a little bit. Okay. All right. Okay. I've done that. Okay, I clicked it. Click add new source. Oop. Where's add new source one? I go back. Trying to find add new source. Come on. No, that's not it. Doggone it. Come on. Close that out. Try this again. Add new source to your scene. Includes widgets. All it has is the standard and the widgets. It doesn't have anything about adding a new source. Add new source and title. I tried doing the whole thing about like new source or whatever, but it wasn't. Oh, wait a minute. Is this it? No, add a group so you can move multiple sources at the same time. No, that's not it. I think that's right. Hold on. Okay. As soon as I clicked on the plus, right, it said, this gives me a screen that says, welcome to sources. Browse through our standard and widget sources. Click a source to get more details about it. Click add source when you're ready to add it to your scene. It doesn't seem to have anything about another camera. If I was going through regular OBS, you know, that's already been set up. But this is Streamlabs OBS. Okay, thank you. If I have to, I can always turn the lamp and set the doggone computer down on the floor. Thankfully, I've got a laptop. I can do that. I was really hoping just to set up my second cam, though. That's okay. I will eventually need my second cam, anyways, for my whatchamacallits, for whenever I'm actually putting together a model. All right. Did you do it on Discord? And private messages. Oh, on this? Oh, in Discord. Okay. Gotcha. Okay, hold on. Let me look for it here. There it is. Well, come on. I'm sorry, it's loading. Wow, can't see it. Let me zoom in on this silly thing. Add a new source to your scene includes widgets. Yeah, I know. I clicked on that before, right? And that's when it came up with like that list. It didn't seem to come up with the whole thing about it did not seem to come up with the thing. Oh, here, open original. What's that? Okay. Yeah, like I said, I tried that plus sign next to that, and it just came up with the that list. Come on, go back to this silly screen. Okay, let's try this again here, shall we? Add a new source to your scene includes widgets. Okay. Excuse me. Wait. See this video video capture device. Oh, I think I found it. Video capture device. Supports built-in webcam, Logitech webcam, capture cards, Elgato over Media, Blackmagic. I think that's it, right? Let me see. Send it. All right, let me take a look. Is that right out? Wow! No, sorry. Ended up closing Discord. I'll get it. Ah! Okay. Oh, there we go. Okay. Video capture device. You see, I thought it might have been something like that. Alright, let's do this. Video capture device. Add source. Add existing source. Add new source. Enter the name of the source. Droid cam. Okay. Add new source. That's the name of the source, yeah? Okay, no, it's not a HP webcam. Droid cam source 3. Got it. Yes! Looks like I might actually have it. Hold on. Says it's connected to it. Base default, resolution, match output, video format, any. That's all well and good. No, fine, I suppose. So where is everything all of a sudden? I've got a pretty good video, aren't I? I know, right? I don't know why it's all orange. Video standard none. Signal detected, lines detected. Camera control then. No, I don't need that kind of thing. Yep. Okay. Honestly, I'm gonna have to stop this for now. That's part of it. Yeah, I do see that it's all orange. I don't really know why, but it is. Let's go ahead and just take that away for now. There we go. Okay, what I'm going to do instead, go ahead and get out of it, out of the program. Okay. Unplug it for a moment. Like I said, I'm going to have to try to turn the light so we can see. Alright, yeah, we should be able to see Kitty. Hold on. Let's see if I can get this done. Okay, now you're actually going to not see me for a moment or two. I know, tragic, right? Here, let me see if I can get Kitty into shot. Okay, can you see him? Where is he? Oh, no, that's me. Eh, little me. You figured it out? Okay, hold on, honey. Hold on a minute. Just want to show you Kitty. Socks. Socks. Hey. Hi. Can you see the camera? You see it? Did you get to see Kitty? Darn it. I even turned the light and everything. Hold on. I know I can do this. Somehow. is unfortunately the absolute best lighting I can give you. Hopefully shining it right on him. You see him? My buddy. Oh, buddy Socks. Socksy boy. Socksy boy. Here. Here. Good boy. Mr. Mirror. Yep. I love you. Okay. Oh, good. Okay. That was Socks, the cat. He is the good one, if you will. He's not the one that actually punishes me simply for existing. You know what I mean? Isn't he? Oh my goodness. He's got this kind of a wound on his neck, right? It's from scratching. You know? He kind of has a skin condition, I guess you could say. There. Okay, got the computer plugged back in just in case. Okay, so yeah. I don't know. Do we want to go back to the story? I'm a little lost right now. I'm very, very tired. Oh, kitty, yeah, I know. He's a good kitty, though. He's a very good kitty. Hey, there we go. Oh, okay, yeah, go ahead and tell me, please. Streamlines program? Streamlines program. What is that Streamlines program? Hmm? Oh, hold on. I have to turn the camera back on. Alright, in order to do that, shrink this back down. Hold on. Oh, wait, no, I gotta go back to the editor. Right, properties. There's that. I need to turn the droid cam back on. No, I gotta get into it, right? I click on it? Something? Crap. I remember how to configure it. Ah, open the source properties. There we are. Okay, got it. Okay, so what can I do? Yeah, weird. Follow directions in the screenshots I shared with you to get back to where you were. Oh, I've already got back to the properties, hon. Right. Got all that. Check mark next to something that says deactivate when not showing. Okay. Okay. I got that clicked. Excuse me. Ew. Oh, I should click done. Oh. Uncheck that. So where's my thing? Oh, darn it. Hold on. That silly thing. Silly thing. Uncheck it. Okay. Well, it was unchecked before, but it's fine. Ever show up above the settings? Not exactly. I gotta turn the camera back on the phone. Hold on. Dang it. Silly thing, you. It actually took Marcel and I a little while to get this configured the first time. Okay. Ah. Hold on. Don't seem to be showing up. Okay. You get into the dang thing already? Grr. Come on. The program itself is not even turning on, dang it. You should be. Oh, but those are rotten thing, you. I've seen this ad. I'm interested in this ad. Now what? You can't port. Got it. IP camera access. Yeah. Got it. Why the heck isn't it working? This dang silly thing. Hold on. Let me try to deactivate it. Deactivate it and then reactivate it. No. Activate. Come on. Let's see. Get. Then uncheck it. Hold on. Let me just get into regular OBS real quick. See if something might have happened there. Okay, that works for me. Close that out. the droid cam, and then put it back over to my live so I can have that. Come on, come on, come on. Hey, there we are. Alright. We'll get it. I know we will. Okay, so let me go ahead and just regrow the preview screen. There. So close. Alright, look at that. 3.5 hours. Woohoo! It's alright, honey. I'm definitely thinking about going to bed, though. This has been, once again, a tremendous blast. I am so happy to even get to do this. Alrighty then. I guess I'm going to go ahead and end stream for the night. Sooner or later, I will either figure out raids or at least figure out how to just, go to host someone else. For now, I'm just going to stick with just going offline and calling it a night. Okay. So next time, we should actually, well, like tomorrow night, with Rook coming over, we're gonna try to continue on with the story we just got going with. Okay. I still remember where we left off in the story of our young dragon friend. Little note though, I am gonna have to change his age. Okay. Simply because I thought about it, and 500 years old is very, very young for a dragon. I think I'm going to change his age to about 1200. Make him a little wiser. Okay? So, whoever's watching, you guys have a wonderful evening. I love you all very much. From the bottom of my heart and with all my soul. Guys, have a good night. And I will see you all tomorrow night. Bye.